Burnout and being overly stressed in today's society is very quickly approaching an epidemic level intensity. But it doesn't have to be that way. Are you wondering how to recover from burnout? Stay tuned for this video. My name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a high-performance mindset coach that has worked with thousands of people across the world to help them break out of a cycle of stress and burnout so that they can truly start living life on their terms. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you must do in order to have a complete recovery from burnout and to prevent it from happening again in the future. Let's go. So the first thing that we need to do when we're in a state of burnout or when we realize we are on this slippery slope towards it is we need to start reducing the stressors that we have in our life. Now, the most common things that people think of when I talk about this is things like I need to change my financial situation, I need to change my employment or work less hours. But there are plenty of other stressors out there in your life that you might not even realize are having an impact on you. This can be things like too much exercise when you're already overly stressed. This could be the food that you're eating. You might have food insensitivities you didn't even know about. Alcohol, chemicals in your water or in your hygiene products, your makeup, your moisturizing products. All of these things can intensify the stress that the body is already experiencing. So what we want to do is identify what our current stressors are, and then we want to make a plan to start reducing those stressors. Now, the most common thing that I see people do here is they say, okay, I'm going to get rid of all of these stressors all at once. But that can be too much of a stress on the nervous system. It's kind of interesting how this works. If we take an all or none approach to making change in our life, our nervous system will actually shut itself down because we are wired to stay the same, and any change feels like a stress. So even though we're removing stresses from our life to reduce our stress levels, if we do it too quickly, that can have the opposite effect to what we're looking for. So I recommend choosing one thing a week that will give you the most return on your investment and removing that stressor. And then every week, just add one more thing to that list. Now, before I share with you the next thing to do to recover from burnout, I'd love to hear from you. Of the stresses that you currently have in your life, what is the first one that you are going to work on letting go of? Go to the comments below and let me know. The second thing that we need to do when we are recovering from burnout is we need to heal both the gut health and our metabolism. When we are in a state of burnout, what happens is all the stress hormones that are pumping through our body starts to negatively impact our thyroid gland, which is the driver of our energy and our metabolism. When the thyroid gland starts functioning ineffectively, that leads to an increase in weight gain. And it doesn't matter how much you're working out or how good you're eating, it can be really difficult to let go of that weight. It leads to decreased energy levels, decreased sex drive, feeling cold all the time, feeling tired all the time, no matter how much sleep you get, and so much more. On top of that, all those stress hormones cause a lot of inflammation in the body. And that inflammation has a particularly detrimental effect on our gut health. When our gut health is impacted, we are more likely to experience mental health challenges like depression, anxiety, bipolar, all the way up to schizophrenia. It's been shown that when we kill the good bacteria in our gut, especially through things like stress and inflammation, that increases our chances of getting any sort of mental health condition. So how do we start to repair the gut and the metabolism? Well, first things first, we need to start to reduce our inflammation. You can do that by cutting out the stressors, especially the food stressors in your life, will allow your gut lining to start to heal, and that will allow your gut to start producing serotonin, which is a feel-good hormone that is linked to happiness and joy and gratitude. So as we start to remove those stressful foods from our diet, our gut will start healing. We can aid in this healing by taking something called a probiotic. It's a little pill that contains live bacteria. You'll need to talk to your doctor to see which brand and strains of bacteria are best for you. I recommend starting your probiotics at 1 per week. As you start to replenish the gut bacteria and you're starting to revamp things in there, it can leave you feeling gassy and moody and uncomfortable if you take too many too often. So I would say start with 1 probiotic a week for the first month, and then you can increase to 2 a week and then to 3, and you can probably stick around 3 or 4 per week. We can also then feed the good bacteria in our gut by having a prebiotic every single day, approximately half a cup. A prebiotic is fermented foods or leafy green vegetables like cabbage, kale, and lettuce that actually feed the gut bacteria so that they can stay alive. Other forms of prebiotics include kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, and even yogurt can help you heal the gut and nourish those gut bacteria. To heal the metabolism, we need to make sure that we're eating enough food. Most people, especially if they're attempting to lose weight, are simply not eating enough food. So the average female needs at least 600 calories just to do her bare minimum bodily functions throughout the day. This is before she thinks, this is before she works, this is before she exercises, before she learns anything. She needs 1,600 calories. If you're learning, you're working, you're thinking through problems, you are exercising, then you'll need to increase your calories from there. So if you're only eating like 1,200 calories a day, you're actually keeping your body in a stressed out state, and you're keeping your thyroid gland from producing the hormones that it needs to work effectively. So make sure that you're eating enough food. This means make sure that you eat breakfast, even if it's just something like a smoothie or a banana or a piece of fruit or something. You need some calories in your body to start the day. Your brain consumes 20% of the calories that we take in every single day. So the more that you're using your brain, the more calories you need. Men, on the other hand, are about 1,800 calories just for the bare minimum, and then we need to increase from there if we are thinking, learning, or doing any sort of exercise. The other thing that you can do to help really heal your metabolism is make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep a night. Sleep is critical for allowing the body to repair itself, to do all the other bodily functions that it needs to do to prepare for the next day, and for cleaning out your brain and rewiring any negative patterns of behavior that you've been working to overcome. A lot of people think, well, if I'm doing all of this mindset work during the day, then it doesn't matter if I'm sleeping less at night, but the rewiring of your brain actually takes place while you're asleep. So for you to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to those mentors and courses that you're working with or taking, you need to get 8 hours of sleep a night. Now, before I share with you the last thing you can do to recover from burnout, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out brand new videos every single week, sharing with you how to heal trauma, overcome burnout, and become the best version of you. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and like this video while you're there. The last thing that we can do to support ourselves moving forward to prevent burnout from happening again is to have a mindfulness and self-care routine or practice. When it comes to mindfulness, this can include things like meditation, journaling, time in nature, or just simply sitting alone in silence and stillness and reflecting on the day that you've had. Your self-care routine can include anything that will help you get more sleep, to feel more relaxed. It could be things like regular massages or using the sauna, doing a cold plunge or having a cold shower. And it can be engaging in the things that really fill you up and make you happy. When we're constantly doing all the things that we have to do and limiting our ability to experience joy, we're more likely to accelerate the burnout process. So it's important that we actually do things that we love to do on a regular basis. Now, if you want to know more about how stress is impacting your body, the hidden stresses that exist in your life, and other ways that you can start the healing process, I would love to share with you the replay of a workshop that I ran that changed lives. The Stress Reset Workshop is over 6 hours of training on understanding the impact of stress on your body and how you can start repairing that before you hit the burnout stages. It's yours today, absolutely free. All you have to do is go to www.stressresetreplays.com or click on the link in the description below.